You're listening to the Substation Gaming Podcast. I'm Black Chestnut. With me, I have Rocola.
Hi.
And today we're going to be talking about the Nintendo Direct, the one that happened this February in the year 2022.
Yes.
Not to be confused with the one that happened, February in the year 2021. Or the one that happened in February in 2019. I don't think there was one in 2020. That was about it.
Okay.
Actually, there might have been. I don't remember.
No, who knows?
It's the February Direct. It always happens. It's the one thing you can always count on. That in E3.
Yeah. You can't even count on E3 these days. Sony doesn't even show up.
Yeah. And there was that one year where E3 didn't happen.
Oh, yeah. Huh.
Anyway, to get right into the Direct, do you want to do overall thoughts first?
Yeah, sure. Good one.
Yeah. I think it was okay. It was very focused on, old stuff. You know?
You think?
It's most of the big new announcements were it's a remake of this old franchise or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that was a bit of a common thread, wasn't it?
Yeah, because we had the Alive remake, we had the Klonoa remakes.
Yeah.
Because I think it's a remaster of the first game, and then they remade the second game completely, I think.
Yeah, from the ground up. It's completely new models. It looks really good. We'll talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah. And there was... what was the other stuff? I mean, there was the Force Awakens port, and there was the Assassin's Creed ports, and then Chrono Cross remaster, and the Front Mission remake. So lots of old stuff coming back.
It's hard to get excited about new IPs at a Direct, to be honest.
Well, they didn't announce any new IPs.
Exactly.
So.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It makes sense. When it's just all ports and stuff. I'm like,
I kind of think the new stuff is the most exciting. You know.
Yeah.
I definitely remember Astral Chain when they announced that. That was exciting. I remember Splatoon at E3.
I got burned
that was
by
really
Astral
exciting.
Chain now.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But
yeah. Overall, I think it was okay, but it was also very much look at all these classic JRPGs. Plus one Scondrily Bondrilo.
Yeah, we did get a Scrimblo Bimblo.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to just go into the Direct.
No. Yeah, I might as well. It was a well-paced one, though, I gotta say.
It was well-paced.
Aside from the Nintendo Switch Sports, which I think they kind of stopped it in its tracks for a minute, they didn't have, them explaining anything for way too long.
Yeah.
Which they occasionally do, so, yeah. But, let's just go into individuals.
Yeah. So, the first thing they announced was Fire Emblem Warriors 3 Hopes, which is a Warrior spin-off of Fire Emblem 3 Houses.
A sequel to Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yes.
Which nobody played.
Nobody played that game. No one's ever talked about that game. Most people don't even know it existed. I know this because I was at a family birthday party after the Direct, and we were talking about the Direct, right? And one of the things one of my family members brought up was oh yeah, they're doing Fire Emblem Warriors, but it's only based off of 3 houses and not the rest of them. And I was well, they already did one based off of the rest of them. And they were they did? I don't remember that. So fair, no one remembers this game.
Even a few people that played Warriors, I know, didn't like it because there wasn't a lot of variety in characters. They just pick all the lords.
Right.
That was it. That's lame. This isn't Smash Bros. Go wild. This, on the other hand, already looks like it has some variety just because all the main characters do have kind of wacky weapons.
I guess.
At least compared to not everyone can just be a sword fighter.
Yeah.
Got Claude with his bow.
Mm-hmm.
Metal Guard's got an axe or something.
Yeah, I wonder how this is gonna do in like the plot department, because
I believe they said officially it's a separate like timeline.
that makes sense, because that was how they did it with Hyrule Warriors and for the Age of Calamity.
Oh, I always thought the Age of Calamity was just full on. This is the story of what happened before.
You didn't play Age of Calamity, did you?
I did not, but that's what I assumed it was.
You're wrong. Not to spoil it or anything, but yeah, that's not how it happens at all.
I'm surprised they didn't take that direction, though. That would have
been... No, you actually do not get a scene where it's like the final mission and objective is just survive. That doesn't actually happen.
That'd be great in a Warriors game, though.
Yeah. But yeah, honestly, though, I'm not that interested in it.
Yeah, I never got around to even finishing 3 houses.
Yeah. I mean, I finished 3 houses, but I don't really like care, you know?
I occasionally like a Warriors game, but, you know, like very occasionally.
Yeah. I think the more interesting thing to note is that everybody was saying, it's like, okay, we're going to get a Fire Emblem thing here. Like, all the insiders knew we were getting Fire Emblem something, but they didn't know what. So most people speculated that it was either a new game or a remake. Most people
I did see some
remake
speculation.
So it turned out to just be a spin-off.
I think they do Fire Emblem remakes pretty often. I forgot what it was. I think it's like every 3 years since the DS they've done a remake.
Yeah,
it's something pretty consistent. So yeah, it was logical.
It's like every like third game, sort of.
Yeah,
they, like do 2 new games plus then a remake.
Yeah,
along those lines.
Yeah, makes sense. But this is probably more exciting than a remake, I guess.
No, I think a remake would be more exciting. I don't know how big of an audience for this specific spin-off is. Mostly just because nobody remembered that the original Fire Emblem Warriors even came out. You know?
That's
like,
true.
Literally no one has talked about that game ever.
Yeah. Odd how... Was that before? That was before 3 Houses, definitely.
It was before 3 Houses. It was like, I remember they announced it at like the Switch presentation where they announced all the other first-party Switch titles that were coming out within like the first-ish year.
It's so weird how like Owen played that. Because, yeah, I don't know. It's strange to me. Everyone played Hyrule Warriors.
Well, I don't know. Fire Emblem just isn't as big of as an IP as Zelda.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this one might do better, but, you know, sales-wise, I don't really care about
this game looks like it has a plot. Did Warriors even have a Fire Emblem Warriors 1 even have a plot looking at it? Like, it just looked like
it was probably something along the same lines as the plot in, like,
Heroes
game, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. Game.
Yeah, do you want to just move on?
Game. Yeah, let's move on to a game in the Fire Emblem genre, whatever that's called again.
It's a tactical RPG.
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw a new trailer for the Advance Wars 1 and 2 Reboot Camp. The Advance Wars remakes. They talked about
earlier.
What was that?
I could have sworn this was supposed to come out earlier.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to come out in December. They delayed it. Now it's coming out in April.
They do look like they polished up the graphics a bit since the last trailer, though. To be honest, looks not by like a ton, but it's noticeable.
Yeah, they showed off some features like the map maker. You can make your own stages, whatnot.
Oh, I'm gonna make something really stupid. I don't know the mechanics, so I can't think of what would be the stupidest thing ever. I'm thinking like every other tile can be water. I think that would be really annoying.
That probably would be annoying.
But yeah, I'm kind of excited for this almost. Like, Advance Wars is a series I have been wanting to get around to since forever. I don't know. What about you?
Yeah. I'm interested in picking it up.
Yeah, if it's like $40.
I think it's 60.
I mean, I'm still interested, but
yeah, I think like the big like overarching theme of this direct is remakes and stuff that are overpriced. Because
prices in a lot of these.
I'm pretty sure the Advance Wars remake is 60 because that's what I remember them listing it as before. I know the Live Alive remake is 60 as well.
Ooh,
yeah.
That's odd. The Live Alive one does look pretty ambitious, I guess, because the HD 2D is probably not super easy, but still.
No, I don't know. The AC 2D just really does not impress me much. It's like you're charging $60 for what looks like an indie game. And I'm just gonna keep it real here.
Yeah. It's got depth of field everywhere.
I don't know, man. If your graphics are worse than Minecraft,
oh, come on. It looks better than Minecraft. It looks like Minecraft with shaders. Let's be real.
No, Minecraft's better. It's full 3D.
I mean, it is.
Everyone knows that 3D is inherently better than 2D. Yeah, PUBG 3D looks better than the older PUBG games.
I disagree.
Everyone knows
PUBG
that
looks great.
3D inherently makes it look better. That's how it works, it's on a scale. You go from ugly 2D to nice looking 2D to ugly 3D to nice looking 3D. The scale goes up.
Okay.
That's why the graphics are better in Ocarina of Time than they are to Link to the Past.
Oh, I mean, I'll agree. I think the Ocarina of Time looks better in Link to the Past, but that's only because Link to the Past has like a weird art style where Link has pink hair.
Yeah.
Speaking of 2D,
that's why the Advance Wars remake is so good because it's all in 3D.
Yeah, they all look like toys.
Yeah, except for the 2D hand-drawn character portraits, but those look good too.
Exactly. They need to become 3D.
Yeah,
they need to pop out of my screen. Like, that was why the 3DS is the greatest console of all time. That was all 3D.
Yeah. Low poly 3D popping in your face.
Exactly.
How the world was meant to be. Low poly.
Low poly.
That's what the metaverse is missing. There's not enough low poly character models walking around.
I don't know. They look pretty. They could stand to be higher poly.
Look, man, if the metaverse doesn't look like a PS2 game at all times, then I don't want to be in it.
I want it to look like Cruelty Squad.
Yes.
That is the future I want.
Yeah. Anyway.
Reboot Camp is a terrible pun, by the way. It's kind of great, but
it's a good pun.
It's good. It's just goofy. But yes. I don't got a lot to say about it. It looks pretty. I want to play it.
We can talk about the No Man's Sky Switch port now. It's No Man's Sky. It's now on the Switch. Sky.
I know they've definitely made improvements since launch. I've heard good things about it. I know a lot of people actually like the game these days.
You see, I feel like I can't really trust anyone who says that. Because at that point, it's like, well, do you actually like it, or you just have Stockholm Syndrome because you didn't get your refund in the first 24 hours?
I've seen people buy it in the years since, because it is surprisingly old.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
I don't care
Unique
about
it. You ever gotten Stockholm Syndrome from a game?
I'm sure that's definitely happened to many people.
I mean, people do that. Like, you buy like a $60 game and it's disappointing and you don't want to admit it. I get that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think you'd wear off after like a year. Like, you'd be like, oh, that game really was shit, wasn't it?
See, this is why the Ouya was amazing, because it gave out demos for all of its games.
Oh wow, did it really?
That was one of the big selling features. Is every single game on the console had a downloadable demo that you could try first.
That was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
But No Man's Sky. You fly
In 20
around.
years, we're gonna get like an Ouya revival.
Oh, it's gonna be sick. It's gonna have The Amazing Frog 2 and Final Fantasy 3. And those were the only games Bible on Ouya.
Were they?
But there was like nothing on that. Final Fantasy 3 was on Ouya. They had
was?
They had a DS version. They had a DS version in HD.
See, that's all you need. You already got the best Final Fantasy game on the Ouya.
In your freaking cube.
Yeah.
The Ouya is... You know, I appreciate the idea of an indie console, but that thing was hilarious.
Yeah. It was like the GameCube, but smaller, that you could actually fit in your pocket.
I mean, hey, you haven't seen a picture of the guy with the PS5 in his pocket? Come on, you can do anything.
I have not seen that picture. Anyway, who cares about No Man's Sky when Mario Strikers Battle League is a game that exists?
Yeah! Mario Strikers.
Yeah.
Mario Soccer, but hardcore.
Yeah. I've never played the Mario Strikers games, but I do know a good deal about them in the fact that they are the Mario soccer game with attitude and violence.
It is the most attitude Mario game. I'm surprised it didn't happen in the 90s.
Yeah.
This feels like something they would have done to counter Sonic.
No. You gotta keep in mind, mid-2000s and whatnot, and like early 2000s, are way, way edgier than the 90s ever were. Like, the 90s is about attitude, 2000s is all edge. You know, that was the generation where we had Jack and Daxter go from a Banjo-Kazooie clone with elves to GTA with elves. You know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I gotta remember that Mario Strikers came out in the same era as Shadow the Hedgehog.
Yeah, and like Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. I don't consider Ratchet and Clank that edgy. That's like Shrek edgy. It's like Shrek edgy.
Well,
you
gotta remember, Shrek is pretty edgy.
I guess.
Yeah.
But Mario Strikers, you ever want to play soccer, but well, I mean, you can't actually beat the shit out of people, but it looks like you can.
Yeah.
You got Final Smashes in this game.
Yeah. Well, you know what I think about? When I think of Mario Strikers, I think of, you know, that one meme where it's like how I defeated fascism with the power of love. You know, that one?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Where it's just like how I won a soccer game with the power of love. Chapter 1, I realized I couldn't win a soccer game with the power of love. Chapter 2, winning the soccer game using the power of incredible violence.
That's exactly what this game is. This is the most violent they'll ever let Mario be. Nintendo will never let Mario be more brutal than this, so it's like really jarring seeing him like look pissed off.
Yeah.
Because he's got to kick that ball right in Donkey Kong's freaking crotch or something. I don't even know what's going to happen. It'd be horrible.
And Luigi's Mansion. Yeah. In Luigi's Mansion 3, there was a Mario Strikers reference in it. Now we know that it wasn't in fact a reference, but in fact a hint.
A hint?
Yeah.
All right. They've been planning.
Because I don't think they mentioned it, but I'm sure this is being made by Next Level Studios. Because they did all the previous Mario Strikers games.
No, that's safe to assume then.
Yeah.
Next Level? What else did Next Level do?
Luigi's Mansion.
Okay.
Yeah. 2 and 3, specifically.
Yes.
And I know they did some other stuff too, but after Luigi's Mansion 3, Nintendo bought them.
Okay, now they're in the Luigi mines.
Well,
they're only allowed to make...
They're making Mario Strikers now.
They're only able to make games that feature Luigi.
Yeah. I like the part in the trailer where Mario dropped kicked Luigi into an electric fence.
Yo, oh my god, I forgot about that. There's an electric fence in this game. That's horrible.
Yeah.
It's horrifying. You get shocked to death in the middle of a soccer game. Brutal. This game's gonna be metal. But most importantly, you can join clubs.
Yeah.
Why?
For online ranked competitive play.
Why are they called clubs? Not like teams or anything. Like clubs feels like a weird choice of word.
Because it's a sports club.
Okay.
You know, not everyone on the team competes all at once. You know, sometimes it's only a handful of the people from the club that go and form the team to play.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Because it's more than just the necessary amount, which would be the team. It's extended to the club.
All right, well, we got to make a club when this comes out. We're going to name it something incredibly dumb. It's going to be great.
Yeah. Is it going to be like our old club names, the Windmills from Holland?
Oh, man, that's old one. Michael Rosen YouTube poops. That's nostalgic.
But not a critic.
What? Wait, what was...
You said that's nostalgic, and I said, but not a critic.
That was awful fun.
I know, that was like the worst joke ever.
-1,000,000 out of 3.
That's a real -2 joke.
But okay, so what stupid Mario characters could we get in here? Like, we've seen Waluigi, I assume, right? Like,
I'm pretty sure.
Here?
So we've seen like the main cast plus Rosalina minus Daisy.
No Daisy yet.
They haven't
really?
shown off Daisy yet. Whether or not she's in or not, who knows? I wouldn't be like surprised if they've shown off the full roster yet. Oh, and I'd also be very surprised if they have.
I'd be very surprised if Daisy wasn't in, to be honest. She's in all the Strikers games and stuff.
I wonder if they're gonna plan to do like bonus characters post-launch like they did with like Mario Tennis and whatnot.
Yeah, you know what? They might. But with how much people like I feel like they got some backlash with that with golf because it was kind of just barren at launch.
To be fair, the fact that it's an actual Strikers game and the Strikers games just inherently have a lot more personality to them.
Yeah.
Compared to like newest Mario Golf game, which is
it's golf.
Fairly boring.
it's golf.
Style-wise.
Yeah. All they added was they run.
Well, they added Battle Golf, which is just hockey.
That's insane.
But stupid and golf.
Oh my god. Why?
I suppose there is only so much you can do with golf.
Just hitting a ball with a stick.
Okay, but when are we gonna get the Mario sports game that's American football?
Do you think that will happen?
No.
Because we can't have Donkey Kong like tackling Rosalina. It would just be weird.
Yeah, but like we've gotten all the other ones, you know? Because we got soccer with strikers, we got golf, we got basketball with hoops, we got sluggers, which is baseball.
Yeah.
We got tennis.
Got karting.
Yeah. The only thing we don't have is like laser tag.
Oh my god, yeah. We need to just make it a third-person shooter.
Oh my god. Right. That's like the worst idea they could possibly do.
Oh, that'd be great. Just a Mario third-person shooter.
Yeah.
It'd be awesome. I don't know what weapons they can give Mario, because even like a laser gun might be too much for Mario.
Well, you know, it's laser tag. It's literally a laser tag.
Exactly, but a laser tag gun resembles a gun, and that's too much for Mario. It's too much.
Well, they gave him silly guns in Mario and Rabbids.
That's true. I forgot about those stupid things.
The real question is, will we get a Mario Strikers reference in the Mario movie?
No.
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna,
sounds about right.
no, it's not exactly obscure, but it's not like main series or something that like could be like a cheeky reference. It's just kind of something that exists. So I don't think it was.
Keep in mind, the only thing we would need in order for that to happen is for a soccer ball to appear on screen.
Yeah, I mean, there could be one in the background when we see like Mario's house, like he'll have some sports equipment in the corner or something. That could be possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll have like a golf club, a baseball bat, a basketball, and a soccer ball, like standing next to each other.
In an entire go-kart.
Yeah.
And Tumble from Mario Party 3. Just him. He's just sitting there. Was that his name? The toad that has dice instead of a mushroom on his head? Was his name Tumble?
I don't know. I just really hope that Chris Pratt at least tries to do a shitty Italian accent and not a Mario voice.
What would be
That's
worse?
my only hope for that movie.
What you want like a Lou Albano voice?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I think we all do. But I think regular Chris Pratt voice is almost like best case scenario. That's the scariest part.
Oh god, that's exactly what it's gonna be.
Yeah. It is, but also it might be better than him trying to do a Mario voice. Like, you want to hear him go, "It's a me, Mario."
No, I want him to do a shitty Italian accent is what I want him to do.
They would have hired
Italian accent. Come on.
They would have hired an Italian for that. No, they wouldn't. But
it's anti-Italian discrimination is what it is.
It is. Is there a single Italian in the cast for this film? Come on, it's freaking Mario. I mean, I don't think Charles Martinet is Italian, but I don't know. He's been out for 20 years. What are you going to do?
Oh, well. Do you want to move on from Mario Strikers?
I do just want to say I'm disappointed we did not get a Mario trailer yet this direct. I hope we get one soon.
Yeah. It is coming out this holiday, so we're probably going to see it maybe in the summer, a teaser trailer.
Yeah, I'm excited. God, imagine that being an E3.
I really wish the movie was coming out in the summer though, just so that copy pasta with this summer, was more accurate.
Well, now it's this Christmas, which is almost just as bad.
You know what's funny? That copy pasta had a better casting than the actual one.
Who did they say who did cast?
I don't even remember. I just remember it was better.
I mean, anyone is better, really. Like Chris Pratt. How did that happen? Months later, I'm still not totally over that. But let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on because we're like a half an hour in, and we're only on like the fourth thing out of 25.
All right.
So next, there was a new trailer for Splatoon 3. Showing off Salmon Run being brought back, which I was pretty surprised by, considering that they had like the whole Pet Salmonid in the single player mode.
That just makes it even more fun.
So you'd figured that the entire plot of the single player mode would revolve around them and like Grisco and shit. I guess they just don't.
No, you just have a Salmonid. Who cares?
Yeah. It looks good.
Yeah, what new features are? We saw some new monsters like a Flipper Flapper, whatever it was called.
Yeah, well, they showed off a few new bosses. The fish stick.
The fish stick.
It's a big metal stick that gets stuck in the ground.
By being a gay fish.
That's every Splatoon character.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Then what else was there? Wasn't one
there
called
was the Flippy Flopper? Something like that.
Something stupid.
It jumps up into the sky, makes a circle of ink, and what you got to do in order to defeat it is reclaim that small area, and then once you do that, it will smash its head in the ground, and his armor will break off, and you can then kill him.
You can
Yeah.
get rid of that gross green color they bring. Ew.
Yeah. And their stinky, fishy smell.
Yeah, I can like smell that color of green they picked is like fish smell green. It's impressive.
Yeah. Although the best new feature they're adding to the Salmon Run is the fact that you can now throw the eggs.
Which I don't think will be as helpful as the trailer showed. Like, no one's going to be that coordinated.
No, they're going to be super helpful. Because it doesn't matter if you're coordinating with your team to pass them to each other, because that no one's going to actually do that. How people are actually going to do it, and I guarantee it 100%, this is how people are going to play when the full game comes out. They're going to kill the boss salmon, like, you know, wherever on the map. You probably, in this case, let's say that they kill like a stingray, like at shore, right?
Yeah.
It drops 3 eggs. Now, usually in Splatoon 2, you'd have to go one at a time, grab one of the eggs, run all the way back to the basket, plop it in the basket, run all the way back, grab another one, plop it in. You'd usually only get like 2 before you'd have to give up and start killing something else. With this, now you could kill the boss at the shore, grab one of the eggs, throw it, grab the other egg, yeet that one, grab the third egg, get that one, throw them all at the same spot, then run back to where you threw them. Do that again until you reach to the point of a basket where you can then throw them into the basket.
Yeah.
People aren't going to like bother coordinating with their teammates. They're just going to handle everything themselves by just... That way they can take all 3 at one time, and it'll be way faster.
So hopefully they'll also compensate the difficulty for that.
Yeah. Well, it does seem like they boosted the quota, presumably. Okay. So they're like, yeah, you can score more eggs. It's easy to do that. But now we're going to be like, make sure to get more.
Yeah. Make more money.
Yeah.
What'd you get for Salmon Run? Could you like unlock cosmetics or stuff? I only played it like twice.
You get randomized rewards, which usually revolves in like you either get money. Once a month, there's like a different like unique piece of equipment that you could only get from Salmon Run.
Okay.
And that changes by month. And then you could also get like tickets.
Oh my god, this is man versus machine.
To buy the food that would give you like bonus experience points and bonus cash from online battles. And then you could also would sometimes get ability chunks, which you use to apply onto your equipment for online battles. So it was basically just you'd play the co-op to earn extra stuff so that you could like get more equipment for online battles is the point.
Okay. I just never played it because of that bizarre decision to lock it like at certain times of the day. Like I still have no clue why they did that. Like,
because they dumb.
Splatoon is filled with some weird design decisions.
Yeah.
2 eased up on a lot of them, but still.
It is a really dumb thing. And like their reasoning for it when they said it was like, oh, we want to make it feel like every Salmon Run is like a unique event. And it's like...
But they're not. You just go to the map and play.
Yeah.
It feels like a unique event because I'm playing with different people every time. Not...
The only time it ever kind of felt like a unique event is when they put in like the random, then was like, you might get a super special weapon. Because for Salmon Run, there was a handful of like super weapons that were only available to use in Salmon Run, which were like crazy OP and shit. It was like a blaster that had the main blaster damage, but with the even faster than Clash Blaster fire rate. So it was like ultra rapid fire blaster. There was like a charger that charged instantly. You know?
That sounds insane.
With like maximum range and power.
Okay.
There was the Brella that didn't have a shield part, but had like ultra rapid fire. And
just
there was
crap
another
like
one.
that.
There was the Brella, the Charger, the Blaster. I think there was a fourth one, but I don't remember.
All right.
But yeah.
But overall, this trailer felt like to me more of a, instead of anything exciting new, it's more of a, hey, we're still working on Splatoon 3. Look, Salmon runs back. Okay, bye.
Yeah. I mean, the other big thing they said here was they gave us a release window, which is this summer.
Okay.
Which is kind of what I expected. Like, I kind of figured it would either be like late-ish spring or to summer.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's not late summer.
Yeah, summer sounded about right, because it was definitely not going to be like a holiday season, because we're getting Breath of the Wild 2, aren't we? So
yeah,
that's going to be their big thing.
I do wonder, because we always get Splatoon Direct before Splatoon comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So I do wonder when we're going to get Splatoon Direct. If I had to guess, it'd probably be about a month to a month and a half before the game comes out. And that's probably going to get a big blowout of information. We'll probably see the new idols then.
Oh, I am excited to see what theme they go with now.
Like a bunch of new information regarding like gameplay mechanics and whatnot. Because there's new mechanics they've shown off and only like half talked about on Twitter. And that's another big thing from this, is that after this Direct, Splatoon got an official North American Twitter account.
It didn't have one already?
No.
Huh.
It had a Japanese Twitter account, but now it has an official American Twitter account.
Wow. I'm surprised.
Yeah. Or just, English in general.
Yeah.
So that's very nice.
Wow.
If I had to take a guess on the new idols, this is 100% wrong, but this is what I want to see.
Okay.
I want it to be Despair, which is one of the Splat bands.
Okay.
So really quick for anyone watching.
Splatoon lore we're getting into
Splatoon
now.
lore, really quick. All the music in Splatoon is both canonical and diegetic. Every time you hear a piece of music while playing Splatoon, that's because it's playing in universe where you're located and is in like hearing range of your character. That's why when you go under the ink during like whenever you're playing, the music will get distorted with like a watery filter.
Yeah.
And all the music is canonically written by characters in universe and is performed by them as well, which are the Splat bands, which there are official art for all of the bands depicting, what they look like and stuff.
Okay.
And one of the bands from Splatoon 2 is called Despair. It was like an Inkling and an Octoling, and their main thing was the Inkling dude was like one of the members of Squid Squad from the first game, which was the band that wrote the main theme of Splatoon, Splatak, right?
This is getting deep. I'm following you.
Who then disbanded between the events of Splatoon 1 and Splatoon 2. And Inkling guy, he's got like a goatee. He's very cool.
Inkling.
I think his name was like Ichigo. Okay. They only have like Japanese names. They've never given him any Western names. So yeah. And he left and he formed a new band called Despair, and they're like a metal band.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the Splatoon metal band, and so all their music is very chaotic. So it'd be very fitting for Splatoon 3.
That would work for Splatoon 3, which takes place in Mad Max or something.
And it's also very interesting because of the first Splatoon 3 trailer, we hear a new remix of Splatak.
Okay. Well, I mean, if they disbanded, anyone can sample them now.
Yeah, but at the same time, in that same trailer, we also, in like one of the background shots, the Squid Squad logo is like plastered like graffitied on a wall somewhere.
Okay. So maybe they got back together?
Potentially. But I
Or
think
they
what
got
happened is they just
replacement.
replaced him because he was the bassist,
Oof.
the bass guitar player. So what I
Damn.
want to see in Splatoon 3 is a battle of the bands plot where it's just this stupid like band grudge.
It's extremely petty.
Yes.
Just like when you start the game and they have like the news thing, he's just like
They're
pissed
just
off
shit
about them
talking
like
each
every
other.
day.
Yeah. Yeah, these are
That would
this
be
like
funny.
keep in mind, this is the only way I'd be okay with male idols is if it's specifically Dispar. Or did I call him Dispower that time? I meant Dispair.
Yeah, this pair.
Yeah, because it's spelled like DISS dash PARR. I think it is.
This pair. Who
Dispair.
knows?
I'm not sure. Or maybe it was PIAR. I don't remember. Point being,
Who knows?
it's supposed to be pronounced Dispair because they're it's a pair because it's a
Okay.
2-man band.
Okay.
But then you put them together and it spells despair. It's a pun.
I didn't get that this whole time until you pointed that out.
Yeah.
I genuinely did not get
It's a weird pun. Yeah.
But I'm gonna assume we're gonna get new characters just because that's what's happened in the last game.
That's definitely going to happen.
Oh yeah.
I still want this to happen just because I think the character who wrote the main theme of the franchise should probably appear in game.
I think it's funnier if they exist as just like something that exists only on the deep Splatoon wiki.
Yeah. But no, if anybody's like listening to this and you like Splatoon and you've never heard about this stuff, I deeply recommend you like Google Splat bands and like read up on this stuff because like I'm telling you right now, they have all their best character designs hidden away in these background lore characters that never appear in game.
It's just how it is.
Yeah. This dude's got a tentacle goatee. It's awesome.
It's like worse than the tentacle like man bun. But Squid Kid game.
Yeah. I suppose that about is enough for Splatoon 3.
Do you think we're gonna get Squid Game cosmetics?
Not directly, but I'm sure there's gonna be a jumpsuit that kind of looks like it.
Okay. Remember when we got the Squid Girl cosmetics in Splatoon 1? That was crazy. But yeah.
Yeah.
Next game.
Front Mission 1 remake.
I've never heard of this series, but this sure looked pretty.
Yeah. I am semi-familiar with it. Like I know it exists and that's about it. It's like a mecha tactical RPG series from Square Enix.
Yeah, it looks like it had like locational damage or something, and that's real cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to get to Advance Wars first, so this is further back in my tactical RPG backlog.
Yeah.
And I don't play tactical RPGs very often. I feel like Advance Wars is something I could get into easier. Like this looks cool, but I don't know.
Yeah. I'm sure the Front Mission fans are happy to see this though, considering the last Front Mission game we got wasn't even like a real Front Mission game. It was called like Left Alive, and it was like absolute dog shit. It was supposed to be sent in the Front Mission universe, and it was like based off of like Metal Gear Solid and stuff.
What?
Yeah, it was made by Square Enix. It came out in like 2019. It's very bad. It's got like a 37% on Metacritic.
Ooh. Not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
I remember seeing like reviews for it and stuff when it came out, and people were like, this is this is garbage.
I'm surprised it was that recent. I assume this is like a series from like 2009 or something that we haven't seen since then. Just looking at it.
Well, in a lot of aspects it is. Because
I suppose.
I don't know exactly when the first front mission came out. I'm looking through the Wikipedia for more information. Okay, the first one came out in like 95.
Okay.
And the last like real front mission game I guess we got was in 2010.
Okay.
And then we got Left Alive, which was set in the front mission universe, which was like a stealth game that was very bad that everyone said was shit.
Weird. But this looks like a cool game. I don't know. It's hard to talk about it because it just looks like mech game to me.
Looks good.
I don't know anything about the world or the story or really even much of the gameplay. So
it's a tactical RPG that has mechs in it.
Exactly.
So you know, and plus since it's a remake, I'm sure a lot of people interested in this already know whether or not how they feel about it. So there's really no point in saying my opinion, which is totally uneducated on the franchise.
Yeah, it looks real pretty though. I'll say that. I can have that opinion.
Yeah, it looks fairly good, but I'm also not too sure how the original looked. So
yeah.
If you want, we can just move on.
Sure.
Okay. Next on the list, they showed off a trailer for Disney's Speedstorm. You remember this one?
Yeah. Disney kart racer.
It had like Jack Sparrow driving a car.
I didn't realize how dumb that is until you pointed it out. Jack Sparrow should not drive a car.
It's pretty dumb.
But you know, this is like a no-brainer kind of game. I'm surprised this doesn't already exist. Not that I'm interested in it at all, but like a Disney kart racer, yeah, of course, why not?
I don't know. Disney's been doing like weird shit with their video game, you know, stuff since like forever. It feels like.
I mean, like after Epic Mickey 2, they said they were gonna like completely move away from it.
Yeah.
But then there was like Infinity or like Skylanders ripoff. They dropped after like a year or two.
Because like what they were going to do with that, there was like, instead of making one licensed game for all of our movies, why don't we just make one game and then sell booster packs for that game for all of our new movies? Is the thought process.
It was like a genius idea. They just dropped it really fast. I don't know why.
It was kind of an odd. It's weird.
I mean, I guess like the Toys to Life thing was like on its way out, but at the same time, I feel like that game just like disappeared. It was weird.
It technically disappeared. They had like 2 sequels for it.
Yeah, they had like expansions and stuff, but like it's still like
no, those were sequels.
Were they full-on sequels?
They were full-on sequels. They were not like compatible and shit with the other one.
That's bizarre.
But they called it like Disney Infinity 2.0.
Huh.
And then there was like a Marvel only one. It was weird.
Weird. I guess maybe they just mishandled it.
Yeah.
What other Disney games are there?
I don't know and I don't care. Do you want to just move on?
Sure. This should have been a Kingdom Hearts kart racer. That'd been funny.
Yeah, that would have been way cooler. Anyway, Star Wars The Force Unleashed is getting a port to the Switch. I think it's the Wii version that they're porting for some reason.
Is it?
That's what they said in the Direct.
They said it's going to have motion controls, I think. I don't...
Like the original re-release. It looks like the Wii version.
To be fair, the originals doesn't look that good anymore because it's like 2006, but...
Yeah.
I don't know. I've played a bit of The Force Awakens. Like 2 years ago, actually. Like I played it a bit of it, but I like it. It's still pretty fun.
Right.
It's like your basic God of War combat, but also you can murder the shit out of people with Force and lightsabers. That's fun.
Yeah, because it came out around this time where everyone was like, we have to have moral things in our game, you know, like with Infamous and like Prototype and What's that other fucking? What's that game?
I think there was more Force Unleashed 2. The first one doesn't really have that. The first one's more linear. I think the second one got more into that.
Right.
First one's just Darth Vader trained you. Go murder Jedi.
Okay, this is bugging me because I can't remember the name of the game, but the one where you play as Commander Shepard.
Mass Effect.
That one. I couldn't remember the name, but I was like, it's like I know what game I'm thinking of, but I can't remember the name.
Yes, there was a lot of moral.
Do you take the blue ending or the red ending?
Everyone was ripping off Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, they were.
Now, Force Unleashed 2, I've heard a lot of people say it kind of sucks, but also Guybrush Threepwood from Monkey Island is playable in it, so it's also the best game ever. So I hope we get that part, because I want to play that. I want to do that.
I remember the Force Unleashed guy was, like, in Soul Calibur 4.
Was he?
Yeah, because they had Star Wars stuff in there. I don't know if he was, like, playable or if you had to unlock him, because I don't remember ever unlocking him. Because they had, like, Darth Vader, Yoda, and that dude.
He holds his lightsaber backwards for some stupid reason.
Because he's cool.
You're gonna fucking cut off your back doing that. Don't do that.
No. It means they can't see him.
I clearly see the giant glowing stick. But yeah, if this is like on sale for $15 ever, I'll pick it up and play through it once and then never think about it again.
Yeah, the real question is this: is anyone in the year 2022 give a shit about The Force Awakens or The Force Unleashed? Yeah, it's Unleashed, isn't it?
Yeah, Unleashed. I mean, like 2 years ago, I was like mildly interested in playing it just because it was only like a year ago now. I just played a bit of The Force Unleashed just because I had played Fallen Order recently, which was really good because they're just like Star Wars Dark Souls.
Right.
And I was just curious about Force Unleashed. I was just like, oh, how'd they handle that? And yeah, it's fine.
Those two games are both very of their time in a very funny way, if you think about it.
They are, yeah.
It's like one is just God of War, the other one is just Dark Souls.
It is. That's probably the best route to take for a licensed game. Like, just imitate something else that's really good, and maybe you'll be pretty all right.
Yeah.
Unless you're like, I mean, they can try and be. There are ambitious like Star Wars games, like Knights of the Old Republic. So can be done, but why do that when you can make Dark Souls with a lightsaber?
That's a much better idea.
It is a much better idea. That game is great.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait for Elden Ring to come out. They have flails.
Oh, Elden Ring.
They can't.
How many weeks away is that?
Are we... like 1.5, I think.
Oh man, so like in 2 weeks, I'm gonna have to be sitting here for 3 hours.
It comes out on the 25th.
Well, I haven't played it yet.
Yeah.
It's gonna be experience.
Anyway, do you want to move on from Star Wars?
Sure.
Because now we got to talk about Assassin's Creed, the Ezio collection, getting ported to the Switch.
How is this not already on Switch? I'm like, I don't know. It just feels like a game that they would have just slapped on there like years ago.
Well, they're doing it now.
I guess they're getting around to it. About time, I guess.
I suppose.
It's weird to talk about these games. I think there was like a point where they were like Assassin's Creed like 2 and stuff was like really respected, but now we've had so many games like that at this point, is there like a reason to go back and play it?
Yeah, I don't really think there is. It's one of those things where I feel like time has not been kind to these games.
Yeah.
You know? It's kind of like BioShock Infinite. Where when it came out, everyone was like, this is amazing! Amazing! you know?
Yeah.
And then nowadays it's just like, it's kind of ass.
I still think Infinite's pretty good. But my opinion, it was kind of good. That was it. That's my
Infinite
opinion.
was okay. I like
It's kind of stupid and
the air
maybe
poke
overambitious.
thing mechanic where you got the
Yeah,
big claw. That was cool.
that was awesome.
I like the
And then
crow power up where you just throw
yeah, you can
crows at
shoot crows
people
and then shoot lightning at the crows. They're lightning crows.
or set them on fire and have fire crows. That was pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that was awesome.
It didn't really make sense why they were in the setting.
Why not? No, they're birds. They flew up there.
No, because you have bird superpowers. Why did you have the superpowers? It doesn't make sense.
Oh yeah, those are totally shoehorned in.
Yeah. They just did that because it's like, well, they made sense in the first one, so they gotta be here too. Because that's what Bioshock is.
To be fair, it is arguably a meta commentary on being forced to make a sequel, but let's not get into a rabbit hole of what Infinite's intentions were. But yeah, Assassin's Creed. The Ezio collection. You play as an Italian guy with a beard and stab people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played a bit of Assassin's Creed too. It's fine. I mean, it's still probably fun games. It's just that they're kind of just.
You see, I don't think they are fun. I feel like they're not fun.
You climb stuff.
I've never played them, but I have a very creeping suspicion that they're not that fun.
I really like the idea of an open world stealth game, which I don't think I think Assassin's Creed moved away too much from that. But this is early enough in the series where that's still kind of an idea of like.
I feel like Sly Cooper is just better though.
Yeah. Or you can just play one of the newer Hitman games.
They also did that first.
Is Sly Cooper that open world?
I mean, I kind of feel like Assassin's Creed is just Sly Cooper, but on a bigger scale. Instead of having multiple small maps, you have one big map, you know?
Yeah. I've never thought of Assassin's Creed as Sly Cooper. I mean, I can't argue with you. You jump around, you sneak around.
Got stealth behind kills.
You jump from tall things. You do that in Sly Cooper. Oh yeah, you do. There's the one where you jump and you get to dodge lasers.
The reason why Sly Cooper is so much better than Assassin's Creed is because unlike Assassin's Creed, Sly Cooper has an interesting story that you give a shit about. Assassin's Creed, there's a plot and you're just like, this is dumb. I don't care about any of this.
The historical stuff's kind of neat.
I suppose. But you know it's all fake.
That's true. Then they got to tell you about how you're, I don't know, playing as some guy. What's his name? Like Dustin or something, and you're actually in present day. And occasionally you play as him, and he's just some jackass in a hoodie.
Yeah, it's silly.
I'm so glad they actually decided to just totally ditch that in the last few games. They're just like, nobody cares. But yeah, let's move on. It's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, you shouldn't support it. You shouldn't buy it.
I already own a copy of the Ezio collection that I bought when I first bought a PS4 and I only played a bit of.
You shouldn't buy it just because Ubisoft's name is on it.
Yeah.
That's a good enough reason to not bother with it.
Yeah. Go play something else. There's a billion other open world games and games where you sneak around and murder people. Go play Hitman.
Just play Infamous. It's just better, you know?
Yeah. I don't think there's an easy way to play Infamous right now, though, is there?
Who doesn't own a PS3?
I own a PS3. I don't want to pull it out. It's loud and annoying.
Anyway, let's talk about SD Gundam Battle Alliance.
I totally forgot about this game, other than that there was a Gundam game there.
It's a Gundam game.
Man, I gotta watch Gundam. That's it.
That's like a challenge. I feel like
watching Gundam.
Yeah, because where do you begin?
Oh, it's the 70s show.
Oh, I suppose.
What was it? 74? Yeah, that's where you begin.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still amazingly good especially compared to every other 70s anime, which are usually kid shows.
Okay, but why should I watch Gundam when I could rewatch Code Geass?
Because it's not Code Geass. And Gundam predicted everything.
You
It's
make
like
a really good point.
It's like Metal Gear levels of every time I see Gundam on my timeline predicting something, it's like, oh, that's kind of scary.
But don't you remember, there's no political statements at all in Gundam. It's just cool mechs.
That's important to Cool Max, and they go to Neo Mexico, which is a space colony in one episode.
Yeah.
It's
I bet they don't
awesome.
even have space tacos in Neo Mexico.
Oh, they probably do. But yeah, I know nothing about Gundam. Man, the only mecha I've watched are Gurren Lagann and Code Geass. Oh, and Promare.
Yeah.
But
oh fuck! I
Promare's just
still
Gurren
need to
Lagann
watch
again.
Promare.
Promare is awesome.
It's just
Got
Gurren Lagann, but if it was gay.
yeah, so just Gurren Lagann.
Yeah.
But yeah, Promare is awesome. They got like fire dudes, and there's a fascist guy they gotta beat up. It's awesome.
I have nothing to say about this actual video game, unfortunately.
I can't remember anything about it. There was mechs there. That's all I remember.
I guess they were fighting other robots. That's what happens.
Super fighting robot. Mega Man.
Mega Man's not a mech.
He's not.
He's an android.
Yeah. With hair. But yeah. Next game.
Chrono Cross.
I'm very excited for this.
Edition.
I've wanted to play Chrono Cross for a pretty long time.
Yeah, this is cool. Especially since it's kind of a big pain in the butt to play Chrono Cross.
Yeah, because PS1 emulation is hell. And I mean, I assume this was like on PS3's store.
Doable if you do like a bunch of mods with it, you know?
Yeah.
But this is hopefully going to be pretty good. It's also remastered. It looks like they did a lot of AI upscaling for the backgrounds and stuff.
And they redid all the models. You could swap to the original models, but it doesn't decrease the resolution, oddly.
Right. I imagine it's similar to how they did the Final Fantasy VIII remaster.
Yeah. I've seen some people kind of bothered by how it looks. I'm not too familiar with the original game, but I don't know. Just looking at like just a trailer here, it looked really pretty to me. So
yeah, I think it looks fairly good. I feel like there's a few small bits you can notice where it's like the AI upscaling.
Yeah, the old pre-rendered backgrounds are real tricky. It'll look nice on like modern resolutions.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like, you know, a GTA remaster where they fucked up.
Yeah, that's like rock bottom there.
Yeah,
but
it looks a lot better than that. As long as it's like better most of the time, I'd say it's fine, you know? If it messes up one or two environments, it's not the end of the world.
It already looks better than if you just like tried to emulate it. Like I didn't see any visual glitches or anything.
Yeah, and getting like an actual physical PS1 copy is, you know,
it's actually surprisingly cheap. I was actually like thinking of buying one a few months back. You can snag it for like around $30.
That is surprising. I thought it
is surprisingly cheap. But no, it's gonna be super rare now, but now that people actually remember it exists. But I'm very glad it's got a port. Yeah. Do we have Chrono Trigger on Switch yet? I don't think we do.
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Yeah. I know they really fixed up the Steam part. The Steam part's actually really good.
Maybe we'll get it through the NES, like the SNES Online thing. If we're lucky. That probably won't happen though.
Yeah, no. You know, the original SNES version of Chrono Trigger, it feels so weird to me because the color palette is slightly different than DS version. So like when I look at it, like the entire thing feels wrong to me. But Yeah, I'm really excited to play Cross.
Yeah, it's also cool because they actually bothered to translate Radical Dreamers and throw it in along with it.
Which wasn't that also like borderline like Lost Media?
Yeah, it was like a text adventure that was only available on the Satellaview. That
weird,
like explained the plot of the game.
Yeah.
So that's very cool that they're including it.
I saw people reposting an old shitpost where someone had Radical Dreamers on a Switch, just like as a shitpost,
right?
And they predicted the future. It really happened.
This is a really cool port.
I'm excited for this. How far away was this? Like April, I think?
I don't remember exactly.
Other way. Ooh. Chrono. Did you know Gears was originally going to be a third Chrono Trigger game?
That's interesting, because I've never heard that.
Very early development it was going to be, and then a ton of shit changed,
Right.
Yeah, like, I think when Square Enix first greenlit it, it was a Chrono game.
Right. Because, like, the story between the Xeno series and Monolith Soft is, like, very interesting. Because they were originally a Square Enix developer.
Yeah.
Who, I want to say, it was when the merger between Square and Enix were happening that they jumped ship and they got bought up by Nintendo.
Yeah.
And they were like, we're going to take our series and just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to try and continue the series.
Yeah, and that's how the Xenogears series turned into Xenoblade Chronicles for the Wii.
Yeah.
Such a weird series. It was like a PlayStation IP. That was like from Square Enix, and now it's a Nintendo IP.
But also, its working title was also Project Noah, and the protagonist of the new Xenoblade games is named Noah. It's all coming together.
Yeah. It's all coming back.
It's all coming back. But does Chrono Cross have anything to do with Trigger, really? Other than you have like 3 party members?
I don't remember. I think it's supposed to take place in the same world.
Is there time travel, I assume?
Some, I think.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I never played Cross, so I don't know the plot of it, actually.
I'm just happy to see. While they're at this, could we also just get Parasite Eve 1 and 2? Could those get ported as well, Square Enix? That'd be nice. Those are also really good PS1 RPGs. I'd like to see available again.
Yeah, because it's like interesting to think of like a sequel to Trigger that takes place in the same world. Because it's like, well, if the plot of Chrono Trigger is traveling through time to all the key points of time in the world, it's like, well, what do you do then? It's like you already
take place in the far future.
You've already hit the past, the present, and the future.
Be fair, it's only the future of 1999.
Yeah.
It's not that future.
Yeah.
But also, Chrono Trigger is a very self-contained story.
Yeah, like that's another thing.
There's an alien.
It's like, what other like catastrophe is this world gonna face that you're gonna have to deal with? In
Chrono Trigger's world, I like its setting, but also it is pretty generic, if I'm going to be honest, for the most part. Yeah.
Well, it's also very self-contained because you travel through all the major time periods of the world.
Yeah, it's like I don't know where there's room for expansion there.
We're asking questions that were already answered like 20 years ago because Chrono Cross answers them, but yeah.
Well, I'm excited to play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go to our next game then.
Yeah, it's Kirby. The new Kirby game.
Kirby's horrible body horror adventure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised they pulled another big gimmick. I thought being 3D was a gimmick in itself, but
I don't think this is as big of a gimmick as previously. Although it does feel weird that like a lot of these aren't just copy abilities, I guess the
Yeah.
idea is that they're more like set to specific levels that you can't take
Like you
them,
see things in the
you know.
environment and you can grab on.
But
It's
it
kind of
feels
like
weird to have like Kirby as opposed to just, wheel copy ability,
uh,
you
I
know?
guess you could have more like levels like heavily designed around it than wheel, where like with wheel they have to like rely on you getting hit and then not having wheel.
I guess.
um and this isn't just a car. There's like a lot of stuff like, a light bulb, a paraglider,
Yes. It's true.
forklifts. I don't even know. It's weird. This is like probably the weirdest gimmick Kirby has ever had, if I'm going to be honest. Just stretching his entire body around objects to
Yeah.
control
It's
them.
like the opposite of skinning something and wearing it as a suit.
Oh, yeah.
He's voring
Oh,
it and then wearing it as a reverse suit. He's wearing
it's
himself as a
horrible.
suit on top of the thing.
Yeah, it's genuinely creepy. But kind of cute because it's still Kirby. Kirby is good at that. I mean, he is like devouring people nonstop, and that's always cute.
Yeah. How much you want to bet that this mechanic was brought up and like the idea was passed around by a vor fetishist?
Ugh. Yeah, it's very likely, isn't it? To be fair, that's Kirby. He's always been like
In
that.
some sense.
We've also lost sight of the fact that Kirby's main attack is projectile vomiting stars at people. We've always lost sight. I don't realize just how disgusting that kind of is.
Okay, but you got to think about it. He eats something, it turns into a star in his digestion, and then he spits it out at you.
Yeah, nasty.
Yeah. Anyway, this game looks absolutely amazing, and I'm buying it at launch.
I'm really
Day
excited
one.
for it. Do you think it was DDD in a fur coat?
Oh, that was 100% DDD.
Or do you think it's going to be a fake out?
No, it's DDD.
Like, oh, that's totally DDD. And then.
Although, odds are likely that he's being possessed by something.
Again.
Because DDD is always being possessed by something.
He's got to get some better mental fortitude. Like, what do you do to not get hypnotized? I don't know. Can you just put on some like sunglasses or something, and then they can't like put like the coin in front of your face? I don't know. You just keep doing it. What else have we seen? This just other than mouthful mode. This looks really pretty for Switch, by the way.
Oh, it does. It looks really
Like,
good.
Ow, that lighting.
Yeah, like especially considering the environments in Star Allies were kind of bland.
I remember Star Allies really impressing
amazing.
me at the time, just because it was a bit of a bump up from the 3DS games, which I was really used to.
I mean, Star Allies was like the first HD Kirby game.
Yeah,
this is like the first HD Kirby game with like a very considered art style. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, this does have definitely a more of it because Star Allies art style was just going with the flow of what they already established in Return to Dreamland a decade ago. Before.
It was more just like, Kirby art style. It's Kirby environments.
Kirby. Again.
In this one, it's much more like let's get crazy. Let's do something.
Yeah, there's like some genuinely really like dramatic lighting. Like it looks really nice. This game is really just really exciting. I don't know. It's hard. We already talked. We had a whole thing about Kirby, so we shouldn't go into too much.
Yeah, we had a whole other podcast talking about Kirby.
Yeah.
Back when they had the previous trailer where they announced the release date.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want more thoughts,
we saw more of the towns where you were vindicated that
yes.
you were totally right.
We got to talk about this because in that podcast that we did, I mentioned this is like. It's obviously going to be the fucking ability scrolls from Squeak Squad. Yeah. Well, they're obviously bringing that back as a mechanic. And lo and behold, I was right. That's what they're doing.
And those abilities look nutty. I mean, like that purple fire one, you had like wings.
That's dragon mode.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you get fancier hats whenever you upgrade.
Yeah.
Awesome. I'm excited for that.
This does kind of worry me that there might not be a ton of copy abilities in the game. That it might be skewing towards like kind of like how Kirby 64 only had like a handful, you know?
That makes sense because they're moving to a completely different gameplay style, so they can't just, plop them all over.
Although it could also just be that they didn't feel like showing off any new ones in this trailer. And so they only showed off the ones we already know confirmed.
Yeah.
Because they like really quickly to like run back like all the copy abilities we know about. We know like sword, cutter, fire, tornado, gun, new gun ability, ice.
I mean, ice.
What was that other new ability?
Drill, wasn't there?
Got drill.
Yeah.
And needle. I think those are like the 8 we know about so far.
I'd be amazed if we don't get beam, because that one has a perfect attendance record. Actually, no, wait. Beam's not in 64. We only had Spark in 64.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I am expecting less copy abilities in something like Star Allies. Star Allies just had like an insane amount.
Yeah, Star Allies had like all of them.
Yeah, like if we only have like, I don't know, 15 with upgrades, that would be honestly good enough.
Yeah. I mean, if we have less, but we have all of them have like 2 to 3 different upgrade variants, then I feel like that would probably be good enough.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
I'm really curious to see what some of the fancy upgrades they can come up with are. Like, how do you improve on sword?
Well, we saw it. We have the big sword. He's got the Mongol
I missed that. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And the Spine Kirby, they brought back the what happens when you combine Spike with Spike in 64, where you just have like a crap load of pointy objects coming out of you, like a cactus and a pencil.
Yeah.
But yeah, Kirby, yay!
Looking good. I'm definitely gonna buy it immediately. You want to move on?
Yep.
Okay. So they're getting a Switch port of MLB The Show.
Wasn't this always a PlayStation exclusive?
Yes. In fact, It was made by a PlayStation studio and published by PlayStation, even on the Switch.
Weird. I mean, I guess there's just like a big baseball audience in Japan, and so they just thrown it on the Switch.
Yeah, that's probably what they were thinking, because I'm sure this does better in Japan than probably in America even, because baseball is really popular in Japan.
Yeah, strangely huge in Japan.
Yeah, it's really funny to think about because everybody always associates baseball with like America, you know?
Yeah.
But, ever since American football took over America, baseball has been playing, second fiddle.
It's true. Third, more like fifth fiddle. There's like 3 other sports that are more popular than baseball. Come on. Basketball.
I mean, I guess basketball is probably more popular. And then I guess maybe hockey.
See, we're biased because we're in a state that's actually cold.
Yeah.
But, yeah. This looks ugly, I just gotta say.
Yeah, it definitely looks ugly on the Switch. I know the PS5 version looks amazing.
It's probably like incredible. Like they probably like run like and like you see like the dust kicking up in individual like dust particles like on like the AstroTurf and crap, and like individual like wood slivers on the bat. Like that's probably there. But this, it's just like no anti-aliasing, so everything looks like a jagged, horrible creature. Texture resolution is mush. It just everything looks like I'd rather just go play Wii Sports.
Mm-hmm.
They should just port Sluggers. Play that instead. I mean, I understand there's an appeal to like realistic sports games, but I think part of that appeal is like the simulation aspect. Like you want realism from that, so you're not getting that from this.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I guess the audience is people who don't have PlayStation 5s, who are interested in like playing a baseball game.
Yeah.
It's one of those things where it's like it knows its audience and it's going to sell to that audience and it won't sell to anyone else.
Yeah. Which is fair sports games do and bring in billions of dollars doing that. So yeah, it'll probably work out.
I mean, the big notable thing is that it is in fact a PlayStation,
Yeah, that's bizarre.
Like the Switch physical release of it has the PlayStation logo on the box.
Oh man, what if we got a Bloodborne Switch port and not a PC port? The funniest thing ever. And it runs even worse than a PS4 version.
It runs at 25 frames per second and has even worse loading times.
That would be amazing. Just can you imagine the meltdowns? Oh man, I need that to happen now.
Yeah. Anyway, let's move on.
We're giving this more attention than it deserves.
Yeah. So they talked about the Kingdom Hearts cloud versions, collections.
This is insulting.
It is.
That they won't port the PS2 games.
Do not buy this. Like, no, seriously, do not buy this. It's like, they're on PC. I know it's exclusive to the Epic Games Store, but they are on a PC.
Better than buying the cloud version.
And their best versions of them are on PlayStation.
Like which you can get for like $20.
Yeah, buy like the Mega PlayStation Collection if you want to play Kingdom Hearts. And if you want to play Kingdom Hearts, my recommendation is just skip straight to 2 and don't bother playing any of the other ones.
No. Play 1 until it gets annoying. Because 1's still fun if you haven't played 2 yet.
Yeah, play 1 until you get annoyed and then just switch over to 2.
Watch a rundown of the GBA game. Don't play it though. GBA game's a pain in the ass.
It's okay. No, the 2's opening explains the entire plot.
Okay.
Yeah, the animated music video, it explains the entire plot. If you watch that, you'll understand everything that's going on.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can complain about Kingdom Hearts plot being confusing when the animated music videos explains everything that you need to know.
It does. I love the Dream Drop Distance opening that explains the entire series while playing Simple and Clean. That one's great.
Yeah.
It's got everything in there.
Sanctuary is so good.
It's pretty jamming.
Kingdom Hearts 2 is such a good game.
It is, man.
It's so odd because Kingdom Hearts 2 is so good, but then every other game in the series is so mid.
Okay, I think most of them have an excuse. Birth by Sleep, I think, was probably meant to be a PS2 game at some point, honestly.
Yeah, maybe.
It got fucked by, or even like a PS3 game, honestly. It just got fucked by being on PSP. Like, that game clearly has a lot of ideas that they were not able to do in the slightest.
It's not that they're, like, bad. It's just that they're very mediocre.
Yeah.
Or have, like, issues with them that make them not fun to play.
I need to go back and play 3 again.
Like, Kingdom Hearts 1 would be great if it didn't have terrible level design.
I mean, it is pretty great among some of its peers of the time. If you played some other, like, action RPGs, like early PS2, there's some stinkers.
I suppose. But that doesn't excuse Kingdom Hearts 1 for having terrible level design and then also having really obnoxious, like, gummy stick segments that are just really tedious.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even remember 2's gummy section. Remember, aren't 3's open world?
Yeah, it's like a big open space.
That was weird.
It's better than 1's.
Yeah.
1's is just annoying because it's like, oh, if you want to go back to Traverse Town to buy items or whatnot, you have to play the gummy ship minigame. And you might have to play that multiple times depending on what level you are in and if you haven't unlocked the warp thing yet.
It's And then it's like 2 where it's like, ooh, yay, mashing a button. This is awesome. I'm having a blast.
Yeah, 2, you just play them once and then you're good. You don't have to play them again. And since they're like actual levels as opposed to just weird hallways, like the gummy ship segments in 1 are like linear spaces in space.
They have less level design than Star Fox and the SNES.
Yeah.
A game with no textures.
They're just so time consuming and not that fun.
A lot of Kingdom Hearts 1 is.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Don't buy the cloud versions.
They're bad. They're really bad.
Let's go into something exciting.
Yeah, like Klonoa.
What does he say? Wahoo, Yahoo?
Wahoo! I think something like that.
Is Klonoa gameplay just Kirby?
No.
Like you pick up the enemies and throw them at enemies?
No, you pick up the enemies and then you throw them on the ground to give yourself a double jump.
Okay. Either way, I'm excited. This looks really pretty.
I'm excited too. I'm definitely gonna get this.
2 is a full-on ground-up remake. Like it looks freaking spectacular.
I don't know about 100% buying this. I actually do like Klonoa a lot.
I've heard good things about Klonoa since forever. Remember, Nintendo Power was shilling it as like, hey, the Klonoa remake's like the best game of Wii. Go buy it if you could find it. It's $900.
Yeah.
For a copy.
I never played like Klonoa all the way through because when I was a kid, I had a PS2 demo disc which had Klonoa on it. Ooh. Maybe it was a PS1 demo disc. I don't remember. But either way, I had a demo disc with Klonoa on it. So it had like the first level of Klonoa 1. And I played that a bunch, and I had never played, past that. So now I'm finally going to be able to do that.
Oh boy, you get to see whatever the ending's all about.
Yeah.
I've gotten that spoiled to me, but I hear it's what everyone talks about when they bring up.
Well, I know what the ending is. I've seen a playthrough of it.
It's all everyone brings up whenever they talk about it.
Because it's a very big plot twist. And it's also super out of left field.
We don't want to spoil it here, but
but anyone who's never seen it before will never see it coming because it's so what? Are you shitting me? But these look really great, and I'm totally gonna pick them up.
Yeah, same.
And you should too. That way we can get Klonoa 3.
Oh yeah.
Come on, it's not like Namco is doing anything else.
Okay. Well, what is Namco up to? They did that Katamari remake a couple of years ago. I'm still waiting on We Love Katamari reroll.
Yeah.
But, they did Klonoa remake. That's just good.
Yes. They don't do a great amount.
Namco's more of a publisher.
Yeah, that's true.
And then occasionally they do like some Pac-Man thing.
Yeah. I mean, I like Bandai Namco for the most part.
I do too.
They tend to not piss me off. Yeah.
They do fighting games.
Yeah. They do a pretty good job most of the time.
Yeah.
Although they could stand to make a new Pac-Man platformer that isn't booty.
The Pac-Man platformers are weird. Do they have like any identity? Like they just look like they exist.
They're Pac-Man themed.
Pac-Man doesn't have a setting. He exists in a colorless maze.
Yeah, but he has fruit and balls. And he eats them. And that's what you do in the 3D platformers. It's it's Pac-Man, but in a world, which is why it's called Pac-Man World, and he's doing Pac-Man things, like eating balls and fruit.
I remember I once saw someone playing Pac-Man World. That was it. I just saw them playing it.
Pac-Man World 1 is good, but it's weird because it's different than 2. And then 2 is very good, and then 3 is pretty bad.
Like I can't even figure out what would be the gameplay loop. Like, what abilities does Pac-Man have? He walks around. That's it. That's all Pac-Man does.
No. He has like a jump kickflip.
Okay. Fair enough.
He like spins midair and kicks upward. He even has that move in Smash Bros.
See, like, I want to play the Pac-Man land games, actually, because I do like generic 3D platformers sometimes, but I'm just genuinely curious, like, what this shtick is. I gotta go watch like a playthrough or something.
No.
Anyway.
Wait, is it Pac-Man Land or Pac-Man World?
Oh, actually, wait, which is it? I think Pac-Land is a game.
I think you're right.
Pac-Land might be the 2D ones.
I was right. Yeah. World is the 3D ones. I was right. World is the 3D ones, Land is the 2D ones. But isn't that one, the 2D ones, you're not like actually Pac-Man. You're just God suggesting things?
No, I think that's Pac-Man. I think that's Pac-Man like Adventures, Pac-Man 2 Adventures or something. Something stupid. There was Pac-Land, which is an arcade platformer where he has like...
Right.
That's a Smash Bros. Stage.
Yes. It's weird.
Pac-Man's a weirdly confusing franchise, huh? And then there's the one on SNES where you swing around like Spider-Man.
Right.
We don't know where that one fits in.
You know, we're supposed to be talking about Klonoa.
We are. Well, I'd be just excited to play it, you know.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say. I don't know too much about the series,
good.
actually. 2.5D.
Yeah. For like 2D platformers that got forgotten, Klonoa is one of the better ones, to be honest.
Then there's one with like the pink-haired caveman, Tomba or whatever. What's the other PS one? And
don't forget Super Bonk.
Oh man, I forgot. I want to forget Bonk now. Okay, I had enough of Bonk. Let's move on to our next game.
Okay. Portal.
Weird. Portal port.
Yeah.
Why? I mean, I'm going to buy this, even though I can easily play Portal 1 and 2. I just want an excuse to replay them.
That's a bad excuse. Just download them on their laptop right now.
No, I want to play them cozy on my Switch.
Do not.
And I can play, and also local multiplayer is honestly going to be nice in Portal 2. Because I have never actually played through all the multiplayer. But,
well, who are you gonna play
why is Portal 1 and 2 being ported?
Because Valve decided to do a thing.
It's been 11 years since like Portal 2, right?
Yeah.
We're just randomly getting ported.
I do remember hearing rumblings from, you know, some Valve dudes who said they heard rumblings of like Switch ports of Valve IPs and stuff. And they said that they didn't hear about Portal, that they heard Half-Life.
I would love like a Half-Life 1 port on Switch, honestly. That'd be great.
I mean, this could potentially be like just the first of Valve ports, and then we're also going to get like Half-Life and...
Left 4 Dead would work fine on Switch.
Yeah, Left 4 Dead maybe.
Yeah, you just play like one act of like a campaign on the go, and then you're done. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Honestly, now I want Half-Life on my Switch. I want that. That'd be great.
Yeah, I think we might see Half-Life 2.
Yeah. I want specifically Half-Life 1 though, because that'd be funny.
Although,
I don't know why, it would just be funny to me.
It's like, do you really want to play Portal with like joysticks?
Portal's not that bad with joysticks, to be honest. I don't know. It's not that fast-paced ever.
I just don't like playing any first-person game without a mouse and keyboard.
You know, I'm fine with it if there's a little bit of if like Switch's gyroscope, it's not too bad.
Yeah.
That and my other criteria, I'm fine with playing Doom on Switch because you don't have to aim up and down, so joystick's not too bad, honestly. It's just, you know, pointing left and right. It's like whatever.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for like you know, Doom 1, where aiming is like, you know, something you only have to consider.
Yeah, just hit him in the vague area of the block map and you're fine.
Shoot towards him and you'll probably hit.
Yeah.
It's like when I'm giving advice to my teammates while I'm playing Team Fortress 2. It's like, okay guys, in order to play this game, you have to look at the enemy gamers and then press mouse 1 to fire your gun at them. This will shoot bullets at them and they might get hit, And if they do, they'll take damage. And if they take enough damage, they will eventually die.
I think Doom's instruction manual does literally say to defeat the cyber demon, shoot it until it dies. It actually says that in the official instruction manual, if I remember right. So, yeah, video games. Portal. I don't know. Can we get, I don't know. I kind of want just Half-Life 1 on the Switch, though, because that'd be really funny.
I think we might see it.
Run around, I'm from the science team. That's it. I just want to hear that on the go. That would make my day.
Half-Life voice lines are the best thing ever.
They're so good. I love how with the Black Mesa remake, they they got like new voice actors and stuff and new lines.
Yeah.
But they made sure to try to replicate all the best lines.
Yeah.
So it all worked out. We're waiting for you, Gordon, in the test chamber. It's not even bad. It's just amazing. But what's our next game? That's not a weird port.
The Live Alive remake.
Well, yeah. Have we ever actually had an English release of this?
No.
Officially? So this is exciting.
This is pretty cool.
Yeah. I've heard about this game before.
Yeah.
I want to play it.
Megalomania is in it.
Oh my god.
Not to be confused with Megalovania, which kind of sounds like it.
Megalomania is an actual real word, unlike Megalovania, which is just funny.
Yeah. I don't know, Megalovania is kind of a real word.
It's just Megalomania, but they changed it to a Vania.
Yeah. It's like Castlevania.
Yes. Castlevania. From my favorite series, Captain N. But this game looks cool. Time hop, it's not time hopping, it's you play in different time periods. Chrono Trigger is a time hopping RPG.
Yes.
And
I'm interested in it, but the fact that it's $60 makes me not want to get it. You know?
I'm half and half. Since it's not just a straight port, I'm okay, I'd be fine at $40. And then there's also, I'd be fine paying extra because it's never been released before in English. So I guess those two add up for me to be mostly okay with $60 maybe? I don't know, I might wait for a sale.
Yeah. I'm interested in it.
Oh yeah. I really do want to play this.
Yeah.
It's
I hear it's pretty good.
Yeah, everyone that's played it on my Twitter timeline saying, hey, buy this when it comes out. It is really good. Everyone that's played the original.
Yes.
Yes, so
even Toby Fox told me to buy it.
Oh my god, that's the stamp of quality.
Yeah.
He also said to play Moon, so I should play Moon sometime.
No, it's really funny when he said that. He was like, I can't wait to play it for the first time. It inspired me to make Undertale.
It's just Undertale's gimmick, isn't it? It's just the RPG where you don't have to kill anyone.
Well, no, it's more like a parody of RPGs, Moon.
Yeah.
Because it's you don't play as the hero, you play as just some random NPC, effectively.
Okay.
And so you watch the hero do a bunch of RPG stuff, and then you just talk to people, and just the hero broke into my house and stole all the money out of my chests.
Bowie, the dev that made Moon, their other game on PS2 called Tulip?
I think I might have heard of this once. No.
Okay. It's like a life sim game where you move into a new town, and the goal of the game is to raise affection and kiss everyone in the entire town. It is the funniest game ever. It's like Animal Crossing, but you have to make out with everything, including animatronics walking around or moles that come out of the ground. It's incredible. It's so stupid. But yeah, weird RPGs. Live Alive looks weird and fun and cool.
Yeah.
And also you play as a robot in the future. I want to play as a robot. Funny robot. Awesome.
Anyway, do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is Nintendo Switch Sports.
Now I'm surprised this wasn't like a launch time.
No, I kind of get it. I'm surprised they didn't bother to do it sooner.
Yeah, I guess if you think of, I mean, yeah, we're almost like to the. It feels like we're almost like coming to the end of like a Switch lifespan in terms of like years, but honestly, I think they'll keep it going longer.
Yeah, they said in like a financial report like a few weeks ago that they're like, we're halfway through the Switch's life.
That makes sense. I mean, we're almost like at what would usually be the end, but also the Switch just outsold the Wii. So, keep it going.
Yeah. I think they decided to make this to cash in on nostalgia bucks. Because at this point, people around our age, are going to be nostalgic for Wii Sports and stuff like that.
I was a bit nostalgic watching this trailer. It's like, oh man, I remember swinging around a controller like an idiot.
Yeah.
And I'm so excited to play. Well, it's not fencing anymore. It's like Chambala.
It's the same thing. It's sword fighting. It's
whacking
people with foam swords. It's the same thing.
Until you fall into water. I'm so excited.
Yeah. But we need to talk about the Yees.
I hate them with a passion. They're awful. Get them out of here. Why didn't they just add Miitopia's Mii Maker instead?
The Miis are still here. But now we have Yees as well.
Get rid of the Yees and just have Miitopia's Mii Maker. Everyone would be happy.
No, it's just so funny because it's like when you had that reaction of like, oh, they're disgusting and hideous. I wasn't expecting everyone else on the internet to have the exact same reaction to you.
They're horrible. They're like alien creatures.
See, I think they look fine.
They look like bootleg Splatoon.
Like I said, they look like Ninjala characters, and that's very much true. They do look like Ninjala characters.
And that's an insult.
I feel like it's not, though.
See, Splatoon gets away with that art style because they're weird squid kids, so that's kind of funny.
I don't know. I think they just look... They're I wasn't lying when I said they were new and improved.
Like, the Miis are kind of ugly, but they're kind of, like, have a charm there.
You can get, like, character customization on your Yees. You can give them, like, cool outfits. And
hair.
You can make them a squirrel.
My God.
You can just play as a furry.
Oh, my God. I don't know. I'm just going to play as, like, the ugliest Mii I can make, like usual. Gonna, put his mouth above his eyes. Gonna make a Mii like that and play some tennis. It'll be great. Yeah. Now, what sports do you hope will return that we haven't seen from like results and stuff?
They said that they're gonna add golf post-launch. Do you think they'll add any other sports post-launch?
I think the entire Wii Sports roster might show up. Like, I don't think we saw boxing and baseball. I think those will probably show up.
Yeah, it seems to make sense that boxing will probably make a return, and baseball will probably make a return as well.
Table tennis, I think, would make a return because they already have the tennis code right there, and everyone loves table tennis and Wii Sports Resort.
Right.
My personal favorite in Resort was probably, aside from fencing, of course, was probably the plane one where you just can fly around the island.
Well, that's just what's its face?
Pilot Wings, yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's something they can't really add because they're not also clearly not doing like the Woohoo Island thing where they all take place in like one setting.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like you're just in random buildings like the original Wii Sports, which that's a cool. Yeah. Environments look pretty, I'll be honest.
I'm a little surprised they bothered to include both tennis and badminton, but then didn't have, like baseball.
It's more of the code's already there. They're the same thing. You just change the physics on the ball.
But that's another thing. It's like, why would you both put them in at launch when they're so similar?
Yeah, badminton could just be like a later thing. Like, hey, random update. Golf. Hey, it's badminton. Go back and play the game 3 months later.
It seems a little odd they went with that.
Yeah. But, Wii Sports is a fun game. You can play that with anyone, and that's fun. You can just put it on. and play it with like a 90-year-old or something.
Yeah, this is probably going to sell fairly well. Considering how well Ring Fit Adventure did.
Oh, yeah.
Which is like currently top 10 best-selling.
Yeah, and this is a Wii Sports sequel, like where everyone on the planet will look at that and be like, oh, it's Wii Sports. Okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man, I should play Ring Fit. That looks fun. I'm not buying a ring. Screw that.
Well, it comes with the game.
No, that's true. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I think a big factor for why Ring Fit sold so well is because, Plague.
Yeah, the timing was very good.
Yeah. Because because the sales, like, spiked around then. Because people were like, I need home gym. How can I home gym on a budget? It's like, well, I already got a Switch. I'll do this.
And then they had Animal Crossing at the same time. That was brilliant. Nintendo was ready.
Yeah. Well, they got lucky. It's more like it.
Astronomically lucky. So when are we gonna get a new Wii Fit game where you have to like stand on your Switch? Not a touchscreen.
Well, that's kind of what Ring Fit is. More or less,
yeah, I suppose.
I feel like it would be redundant to do a different IP. Just like do Ring Fit 2, At that point.
That's true. I missed the balance board. The thing was funny. Yeah. It's just stupid.
But the Ring, it has RPG mechanics, so it gamifies it. So it appeals to the gamers. The fat and sweaty gamers who refuse to exercise.
It doesn't call you fat like Wii Fit. They had lawsuits about that, I believe.
Oh, God.
But, yeah. Wii Sports. I mean, Switch Sports.
Nintendo Switch Sports.
Those creepy Yees are the one thing deterring me from, like, making this, like, I kind of really want to buy this game.
I think I'll get it. I usually don't bother with this types of spinoffs, but I think I will bother with this one.
The Wii Sport, I've spent like a weird amount of time with like Resort, just kind of like chilling with it. They're fun. just simple.
Yeah.
But yeah. Next game, Taiko no Tatsujin Rhythm Festival.
Yes.
It's a new Taiko game.
It's funny. How many times is Megalovania played in a Nintendo Direct?
A weird amount of times now. It's been at least like 4.
Yeah. If you also count all the times that Deltarune or Undertale has also appealed, I think it's at least 4.
Yeah.
Because there's the one where it's like the Deltarune Switch port. There was the Undertale Switch port. There was when Sans got into Smash that played Megalovania. And then there was this, which also played Megalovania. Yeah. I like how they listed it as like a selling feature, is that you could, that Megalovania was in the game.
I don't understand that because it's in the previous Taiko game as well.
And they listed that as like the number one like song on the list of cool songs that you would like to play in this game. It's like the top one was Megalovania. I can just
play the previous one.
Yeah, but people watching this direct probably don't even know that game exists.
Fair enough. Speaking of the other game, there's like $600 worth of DLC. I'm really glad that they're doing this weird subscription service because it will probably be cheaper than the obscene, just so much DLC for that last game. A lot of the rhythm games are guilty for that, but there's like over 100 packs.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't know. It looked like there was like 4-player multiplayer, which sounds kind of absurd for a rhythm game. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
And you can customize the Don. You can give him a stupid outfit where he's like dressed like a castle or something. So yeah, it's a Taiko game. You hit a drum. And the side of the drum, which is always awkward no matter what control scheme you use.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to move on?
Yeah.
Triangle strategy. A new trailer for that. Talked about it a bit more. They're like, it's getting close to the launch. I don't think they mentioned the release date, and I don't remember it off the top of my head. And I didn't.
I got nothing out of this trailer that we didn't already know. Move on.
I mean, they were like, oh, there's a demo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what the demo is available. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like the first 3 chapters of the game, and then you can carry over your save file to the full release. So I guess you can just play that and then decide for yourself whether or not you want to buy it or not. I might do that, or I might just skip it altogether.
Then there was Octopath's demo, which was like incredibly uneven.
Yeah.
Which I think deterred me from buying that game, honestly. I probably would have bought Octopath.
You didn't buy Octopath?
Yeah, I never bought Octopath, Trevor.
Good call. I did, and kind of wish I didn't.
I'll play that. What was that other game that was a port of like a PS1 game that has a bunch of protagonists that was a RPG?
You're talking about... I know what you're talking about. I don't remember.
It was announced at a previous Direct.
Yeah, it was the series that was originally Final Fantasy Legends on like the Game Boy. And
was it something Saga?
Yes, Saga series.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that game. That's what I'm talking about. And Live Alive now. We have that where it's a game with a bunch of protagonists.
Yeah.
So Octopath, you got nothing but your... No, they don't even have the HD 2D because Live Alive took that too. Octopath, you have nothing.
Octopath is like really weirdly overrated. Like I saw so many people being like, I
saw anyone ever say they like love it. I think I've seen people say
I saw so many people saying that it was like an awesome and was like they absolutely loved it and it was an amazing RPG. And the only person I saw who gave like a very accurate review of it was like Donkey, which is insane. Donkey is never correct about RPGs.
Yeah, it's the last person.
Yeah.
Maybe you're just spoiled by Bravely Default.
I mean, that's just the correct answer is very much simply, I simply have better taste than these people. And I guess all the people who bought it and loved it are just like RPG virgins.
Bravely Default.
Yeah, they just haven't played an actual good RPG. You know? I can only assume that's how people were like, oh man, this game's awesome. It's because they hadn't played an RPG with a good combat system before.
Its combat system didn't look bad, honestly.
Yeah, that was like the best thing about it, but it was also just Bravely Defaults, but worse.
Yeah.
Like everything about Octopath Traveler is just, it's shitty Bravely Default.
Yeah.
You know? It's uglier. It has worse
yet.
combat. It has worse characters. It has a worse plot.
Yeah.
You know?
Messy game. Hopefully they improve in triangle strategy.
I don't know. Plus the writing was all over the fucking place. In Octopath.
They had like different teams doing different campaigns or something weird.
I don't know.
That would explain a lot, wouldn't it? But yeah, let's go to our next thing because I got nothing out of the new triangle strategy news.
Yeah. Stupid name too. Got a shit on it all the time.
They got stuck with it because you can't change it after you've already announced it.
Yeah. There's Cuphead DLC. We already knew about it at this point.
Yep.
It looks pretty good. There was a Metroid Dread update. They added cock and ball torture mode, and they added baby mode. Yeah,
so we have the mode for like psychopath speedrunners.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, this runs of that are gonna be insane to watch, to be honest. But
yeah, it's one-hit kill mode.
Yeah,
it's not like. Keep in mind, it's not like you get a game over and you have to start from the beginning mode. It's not like a Steel Soul mode in Hollow Knight, which is honestly worse. You know?
Yeah.
Because it's like, if you get fairly far in like Steel Soul mode and Hollow Knight, and then you die, it's like, damn, that's 25 hours of gameplay down the drain. because it deletes your save file.
Oh yeah, the
You die.
Ultra Nightmare in Doom 2016 did that too. I got like 2 hours into that. I could probably be a run if I went insane and locked myself in a room for a day. But Hollow Knight, no, that game's way too long.
Yeah. I know, I attempted a Steel Soul run once. I died on the Mantis Lords.
Ugh. These guys are mean.
And I was like, oh, I'm totally prepared. I can totally kill the Mantis Lords. And I went in and I was like, I fucking died on like the final phase.
Ugh.
And I was like, damn it.
But what else do they add into Dread? The baby mode where you just don't take a lot of damage. Okay.
It's not that you don't take a lot of damage, it's that you get double healing.
Oh, okay.
Health pickups heal you for twice as much, is what it is.
That just sounds more convenient.
Yeah. So it doesn't actually make any of the bosses easier. Because they don't really drop health pickups during the boss fights.
Damn, I wish this baby mode was in Super Metroid. That would have saved me like 30 minutes of playtime.
Super Metroid's not that hard.
It's not that it's hard, it's just that it's annoying to get your health back all the way up. There's not that many energy refill stations.
If you think it's bad in Super Metroid, you clearly haven't played the NES Metroid.
I played a bit of the NES Metroid and I gave up because I'm not a masochist.
Yeah. See, the key to beating NES Metroid is to simply cheat.
Like, what's even the point? Just play Zero Mission.
Nah, it's good. You just gotta cheat a little bit.
I appreciate it. It's got a nice atmosphere. It's got a kind of weirdly creepy atmosphere for an NES game.
It's really good. It's one of the better NES games.
It is, yeah. It's still fun to play, just not fun to really finish.
Kinda. The final area is kind of a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Although actually beating that final area feels fucking awesome.
That's like a lot of NES games. Go like Castlevania's a lot of fun to play. Nightmare to beat that game though.
It's just like the golden rule of NES games is that the final level must be insane.
Yeah, Mega Man 2. They're all mean.
The final boss of Mega Man 2.
Huh?
The final boss of Mega Man 2.
Is it brutal?
It's pretty brutal. Okay, so what it is it's like a Dr. Wily made like a fake alien projection. He pretends to be like an alien dude, right? Who just floats around and does circles the arena, right?
Okay.
You can only hit him by jumping up and shooting at him at a certain point, but the only thing that can damage him is bubble lead.
That's sadistic.
Keep in mind, if you shoot bubble lead, it immediately falls to the ground and then travels along the ground, but you can only hit him in midair. Which means
it's called bubble lead because like it moves forward, or is it bubble led because it falls?
It's one of the
I just realized I
don't know
about it.
But anyway, the only way to hit him is to jump up and then shoot him with the bubble.
Yeah, which is basically
point blank range.
Attack.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds awful.
And keep in mind, it's not your blaster. The bubble lead has limited ammo. If you run out of ammo, you automatically lose the fight.
See, Mega Man 2, I just give up at like Heatman stage, and I'm like, you know what? That was fun. The other Robot Masters I
What?
beat.
You couldn't beat Airman and get item 2 to bypass Heatman stage?
Oh, am I thinking right? It's the stage where the stupid one-hit bars come by in the beginning.
Oh, that's Fast Man.
Okay, I hate that stage.
Well, you gotta kill Flash Man in order to get the freeze time ability to bypass the Quick Man's stage,
Oh, but then I run out of it after like the first few screens, and I die in the next screen because I still need it.
Oh, you beat it? No, you do the first ones legit, and then you do the second ones with Flash Man.
Mega Man 2's mean.
Although if you're really good, you can actually damage Quick Man with Flash Man's power up.
Huh.
Yeah, stopping time hurts Quick Man. It's the
Bizarre.
only enemy in the game that takes damage from it.
Weird.
Yeah.
How do we get a Mega Man?
I
I don't know.
We were talking about Metroid. And then we talked
Yeah,
about NES games.
Oh, okay.
Because we were talking about
We were talking
Metroid.
about Mega Man's bullshit final boss, and also Metroid Dread's adding a boss rush. Transitions.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised it didn't already have a boss rush, actually. I didn't notice it didn't have one. This feels like the most announcement ever.
Yeah.
Like, it's just things that
it's really funny, though. It's
game.
just like, we're adding CBT mode for the gamers. And for you game journalists out there, we've also added game journalist mode. Yeah.
All this is good
effectively
for
what it is.
It is.
You know, it's like, yeah, for all you gamers out there, here's a one-hit kill mode for Metroid Dread to make sure it's even harder, because apparently it was too easy for you. And for you game directors out there, the ones who make, you know, God of War and such, here's a mode for you.
Yeah. Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to talk about Earthbound?
Yeah, Earthbound.
Another gamer game.
It's
game
finally
for the gamers.
Earthbound's actually pretty easy.
Yeah.
Because every time you die, you keep experience. Actually, I found that out. Huh. That's nice. You can just keep throwing
so it's Pokemon.
Yeah, you just respawn at your last phone and you keep all your experience. Huh. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very progressive for the time.
In some ways. And then there's the bike.
I don't know. I actually don't know what is people's problems with the bike.
Okay, so you can only ride the bike when the only party member you have is Ness. If you have more than one party member, you can't use the bike. You can't get rid of the bike. So it takes up an inventory slot. Despite the fact that it's like a key item, it still takes up one of your limited inventory slots.
I think all the key items do too, like the Soundstone does as well.
And you can't get rid of it. And once you get a second party member, you can never use it again. So you can only use it for like 30 minutes of the game, really.
That might be just a joke.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, Earthbound's just like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind that you can't use it again because...
So don't buy the bike because it's a waste of money and it actively harms you to buy it.
That's great. That's actually great. That's a wonderful gag.
Yeah. Earthbound's not like your typical RPGs. Unless they were made by an indie dev, in which case it's very much a typical RPG.
But yeah, I've gotten up to the part where you beat up a bunch of cops for some reason.
Yeah.
And now I'm about to go to second town. Great, Earthbound's great. It's funny. And also occasionally weirdly melancholic. Good. It's got all the Undertale emotions.
Yeah. I like how there's literally a scene in Earthbound where it's like police brutality and then you just hit him with a reverse Uno card. It's like police brutality, more like brutalizing the police.
I can't even figure out that scene. It's like, hey, I want to go to the next town. Okay, come to this back room. Then 5 cops just beat the shit out of you. It's like, what's happening?
It's a commentary on society.
It's really bizarre. From a weird game. But also, it is just a really player-friendly game, though. Like, especially compared to Mother 1, which is mean. But Earthbound, where it's like there's no random encounters, all the encounters are just enemies that are right there in the overworld. And also, if they're not going to give you an experience, they either run away from you or you insta-kill them when you touch them.
Yeah.
So it's like, you don't waste time. It's just nice to play. I do think it is annoying. They don't seem to always completely give you the direction of where you need to go next, though. Not always that bad, but it's occasional.
I know. I still need to start my playthrough.
Yeah, I'm not super far, but fun. It's Earthbound. It's good. And now, don't give us Mother 3, Reggie, because translation won't be as good. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about Mario Kart.
Yes. 48 courses.
For $25.
I mean, that's worth it.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent deal, all things considered.
That's like, what? More than the base game, right?
Yeah, I want to say more than like the usual base game.
Yeah, like that's freaking absurd.
Yeah. I hope the final thing is just 4 different Rainbow Roads.
Yeah, I want all the Rainbow Roads throughout the series. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, the last cup better just be 4 Rainbow Roads.
Yeah, specifically the one that's the instrumental is used in it's Rainbow Road, it's where you go.
Gotta get like 64 GameCube.
We have 64 already.
We already have 64. I don't remember which ones we got.
We have 64, but it actually has like a background now. Right. So, and it's 1/3 the length.
I know we have 64 on the SNES one. And we have, the Wii U one.
Yeah,
that's the one from the game.
we're missing the GameCube one, and some other ones I don't know. There's so many Rainbow Roads. But what are you hoping for that we don't already have?
Well, we're getting Coconut Mall. I want Mushroom Gorge from Wii.
Ooh.
That map is fun.
I'd like to see Daisy Cruiser, of course.
Oh yeah, that one's good.
What else is there? I'm trying to remember, like, I'm thinking of ones and I'm like, oh, we already have that in Deluxe, don't we?
I know. Like, this is another thing. It's like Deluxe is going to be so jam-packed.
Uh-huh.
I do kind of feel bad for the people who bought 8 on the Wii U at launch and then bought the DLC for 8 and then bought Deluxe again.
I did, and the DLC for 8 on Wii U lasted me a while. I got a few years out of that.
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to do this DLC as opposed to just making Mario Kart 9 because it's like more cost effective to just do this, You'll make more money and you won't split up the player base.
Yeah. Trying to think what other tracks I want. What's that city one in Double Dash? I like that one. That one's fun.
Yeah.
I can't remember any of their names, so. Oh, we're getting Choco Valley. I saw that one. I love Choco Valley.
Oh, that one, the airship one from DS.
Oh, for DS?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I love that one. Yeah, that was really cool. Old Monty Moles, you gotta dodge.
Yeah, that one's really fun. I want that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Mario Kart stages. I hope we get new weird ones too. I don't know. Yeah. Even if they're all ports, I'll still be happy.
I'm pretty sure they said they were all ports.
Are they?
They're all old stages. They didn't say that they were going to add any new ones. They just said old ones. So I'm guessing it's all old ones.
Okay.
Although we're going to have ones from Tour.
So they're new ones.
So those are effectively new.
I wonder if we get a battle arenas. That'd be nice. I don't think we will. Yeah, I don't think we will. But there are a few battle arenas for the older games that'd be nice to have, like Block City or whatever.
Oh yeah, that one.
I love that one. It's good. Way too large. Or the creepy
makes it good. You just can't.
The creepy mansion one from DS. It's like
yeah.
Yeah, all those. That'd be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Mario Kart. I figured Mario Kart, though, is a game I don't play that much on my own, though. I don't ever see myself playing on my own except for, like, when a new course drops, though.
Kinda, yeah. I mean, I played it a good amount, I I know, but I did
Sonic All-
eventually drop off of it.
Sonic All-Stars Racing Transformed ruined me. That game is so freaking good. Seriously, people, go buy it.
I'm gonna be real though. My favorite way to play Mario Kart, at least more recently, is to just put it up to 200cc and then blast, the Initial D soundtrack. Yeah.
That does sound pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
200cc is so fun. You just go so fast.
It's all man. 150cc is kind of pushing it. I don't know.
No, 200cc is so good. Because like you have to relearn the game. Because it's like, okay, now that you're going so fast, you have to actually drive.
Yeah.
And it makes everything so much fun. It's just
Kart racers
so
are
fun.
cool. I still need to play what's the Crash kart racing called? Crash Team Racing?
Crash Team Racing.
Is it? Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
CTR. No relation to Sonic Team Racing.
Nope.
Huh. I still need to play the Crash Racing game, though. I never got around to that. Everyone says that's really good. But yeah, Mario Kart. Yay.
Yep.
Yep. More Mario Kart. Can't complain about that. And they want to move on to I believe it's our final game here.
Yes. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 was announced. This was like one of the few really big new game announcements.
Yeah.
Because like this Direct, the only like new first party game announcements we got were like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and then like Mario Strikers and Fire Emblem Warriors.
Yeah.
And the only other thing was like the Mario Kart DLC.
Yeah. A lot of remakes and ports, which I'm not complaining about because they're all remakes and ports that look interesting. But yeah, Xenoblade 3.
Yeah. It looks neat. It looks like it's incorporating elements from both 1 and 2.
Yeah, even plot-wise, apparently. So that will be interesting.
Yeah. It wasn't too big of a surprise for me, just because I like knew it was happening,
I didn't think it would be this soon. I thought this was like
I knew it was only a matter of time before they announced it, just because like sometime last year, the Xenoblade composer made a tweet that was like making music for a new game, really excited about it. And then they had like a picture of like all the scores and music sheets that spread out across the floor.
I hope people decoded these. Like we already have the whole
like
soundtrack.
Everybody knew we were getting a new Xenoblade game, so at least anyone paying attention.
Because Torno wasn't that long ago, was it?
I mean, like,
I guess it has been at least like 2 years now, hasn't it?
I mean, Monosoft is a very efficient developers.
They are.
I'm pretty sure we see Nina in this trailer. She's like,
did we see
mask.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
And the Mio may or may not be Nia's daughter.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure we see Melina from 1.
Oh.
And I think they're fighting each other.
Oh, man. Excitement.
Yeah. The Cuck Queens are fighting each other. That's the plot of the game.
What is that? I knew about Nia, but I never got that far in Xenoblade 1. Nia's gonna became the main villain because she got cucked. So now she's trying to destroy the planet. That's gonna be the plot of the game.
No, the plot of the game are both of the girls that got cucked in the first and second game are now fighting each other for some reason. That seems to be the plot.
It's like a reflection of the Mechanus and the Bionis.
Yeah.
It's deep.
People's reactions to this has been very odd.
Who, me?
No, like people in general.
I've seen Xenoblade fans seem really excited for it.
Xenoblade fans are excited for it because, Xenoblade fans are, rational fucking people.
Xenoblade fans are also weird because there's a weird split between people that freaking hate 2 with a passion for some reason, and people that don't hate 2. There's a weird split there, I've noticed.
Most of the people who don't hate 2, I find, are just people who hate women.
I wouldn't put Xenoblade 1 as a great game for women either. Be honest.
But I didn't mean that in like a misogynist way, and more like they just hate women. You know what I mean?
If I'm gonna be real, 2 has better written female characters than 1.
I mean, yeah.
Like, Fiora's entire character is I like Shulk. That's it. But yeah, I see what you mean. There's some weird 2 fans. There's some good 2 fans too.
I don't know.
2 is a very funny game though.
It feels weird to me because I'm like very outside of this whole conversation because I tried 1 and then didn't really like it. And so I was just like, well, I guess this series just isn't for me. I just don't care, you know? So it's like, I gave it my fair shake and was just like, this isn't bad, but I don't like it.
I just never got around to finishing a game because there is something really special, like in just like the running across like the big fields. Like, wow, this is really impressive. Like,
see, I thought those were very whatever. I was like, they were just whatever. They gave me no emotion at all.
I mean, especially as I played Xenoblade 1, I never finished it, but I tried playing it on the Wii, and that game is genuinely like incredible on the Wii. Like, I am amazed that game could run on the Wii.
I mean, yeah.
that just going across a huge field map, it's like, wow, that is actually.
I'm not impressed by that because it's on the fucking Wii.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's like I don't give a shit. It's like, this doesn't look that good compared to everything else in the world. It's like,
yeah,
you know?
It's not good art direction. The environments do still hold up even in your
the game looks fine.
Yeah,
like, I really gotta emphasize, like, my big problem with 1 was just I didn't like the combat at all.
Yeah, it's very MMO combat.
Yes, and I don't think the combat is necessarily bad, I just didn't like it.
Yeah,
that was my big problem with the game.
Cool,
like, everything else about it was fine. Like, the environments were fine, the story was fine, I just didn't like the combat. And I just kind of got to a point where I was just like, I am just not having fun. And so I just stopped playing. And keep in mind, I put like 40 hours into it, so I gave it more than a fair share.
I believe some crazy shit happens in the last stretch, so I'm wondering what you missed out on. You
I know
Shulk
becomes God at some point.
Okay, yeah. You do. Yeah, I assume you kill God, yeah.
Yeah.
Nado's power. Why is it called the Monado? And it's the stupidest name for a sword ever. The Monado. Once heard someone say that the Monado sounds like a reggae band.
Yeah. It
really does.
I do feel like the reaction to this has been very odd across the board.
How so?
I don't know. I just seeing lots of weird reactions from people. They're like, because like there's the people who are like, it's not sexy enough. Have you seen those people?
No, I have you been on 4chan again? I don't go on 4chan.
It's not really them. It's not even really them.
Oh yeah, I did see the one person complaining that it was censored.
Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That guy. See, I ignore those people because they're just gonna be insane no matter what. Like, they're just gonna.
Okay, I've seen like a great like meme of this where it's just like, you know, Xenoblade fans, and it's like Xenoblade 1, good shit. And Xenoblade 2, it's like Xenoblade fans, good shit. And then Xenoblade 3, it's like Xenoblade fans, like, good shit. But then there was like a bottom layer with like, you know, the fake fans, or like people who like just hate on the series. You know, they don't actually give a shit. They don't play the fucking games.
Yeah.
Who are like, oh, Xenoblade 2, it's like, oh, look at how fucking disgusting these character designs are. Why is her...
To be fair, I think that was also Xenoblade, hypocritical Xenoblade 1 fans.
Yeah, but then there's like, you know, but then it was them putting on a mask, being like, ooh, look at how small their boobs are. They totally censored this, you know?
Yeah, it's the same people. It probably
is the same people.
To be fair, Xenoblade 2, the one buddy character is genuinely shocking. Like, the jiggle physics on that character, and like their character design, it's genuinely shocking.
It's
like,
fine.
Nobody else bothers me. Like, Pyra, that's fine. Her character design's fine. But, like, that one character, it's
the
like,
biggest
whoa.
problem with Xenoblade 2's character designs is that they're too complicated.
They are incredibly over-designed in that specific JRPG way.
Yeah.
I kind of love Rex because he's so like over-designed and stupid-looking. I love him. And he's the funniest protagonist ever.
He is a really funny protagonist.
That's not gonna fly.
He is way better than Shulk.
Make a girl spoil, you pass the trial. It's me every time I hear it. It sounds like Shrek.
This is such a weird franchise.
It is.
It's so amazing that it made it past the first game too.
It's a genuinely pretty unique RPG, all things considered.
Yeah.
Isn't it really funny how X hasn't been ported? It's the only one about British people. That's the secret. That's why no one played it.
Eventually, probably.
Yeah, we probably will. But that didn't have British people, so why play it? Nintendo actually got American actors. That's not fun. I want to hear heavy Welsh accents.
Yeah.
But I don't know much to say about Xenoblade 3. We didn't see any of the goofy combat.
Yeah. I'm assuming it probably won't be that different. But also I'm sure it won't be the same.
2 like reinvented the wheel from 1. It's very different from 1, especially as it goes on. It gets crazy. Like I could see 3 just being something completely different again. Like why not?
Yeah.
They'll pull some wild stuff. There'll be abilities that are on cooldowns. That's all I could predict.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the reaction to it across the board has been very weird, you know?
It's a series that brings out the weird in people.
It is.
Surrounding discussions around it, at least.
Because it's weird because there's like, I've seen like so many different takes on it, and every single one has been like, the fuck are you guys talking about?
That's a lot of JRPG takes too.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, because I'm reminded of like Arlo's reaction to it, where it's just like, this is fine and all, but it's like Xenoblade fans get everything handed to them on a silver platter, and me, a Pikmin fan, gets nothing. Because that was more or less his reaction to it. I'm
because
kind of
Xenoblade
paraphrasing, but yeah.
Nobody plays Pikmin. I'm sorry. I love Pikmin, but nobody bought it.
But the thing is, it's like, it sells about the same as Xenoblade does.
No, Xenoblade sells better, especially in Japan. Xenoblade is like, Xenoblade's like gangbusters.
Maybe in Japan, but I don't think, like, overall, it's not that different.
No, Xenoblade 1 and 2 sold great on Switch. I don't know.
I mean, they sell good, but they sell about the same.
I don't think anyone outside of like hardcore like Nintendo fans even would like give something like Pikmin a second glance, to be honest. I think Pikmin's kind of weird. As much as I love it, it's not something you would see at the store and be like, oh, I'll buy this. There's no big boopy lady and cool sword on the cover. Unlike Xenoblade. But yeah, there's always weird reactions to these games. I don't know what it is.
It's also like, to touch back on the people who are complaining that it's not sexy enough. I can't fathom that, because it's like they literally copy and pasted Nina.
Yeah,
as like new character, the sexiest character in Xenoblade 2, and they just copy pasted her. What do you mean it's not sexy enough?
They stretched her upwards. They made her taller. They took her into MS Paint.
It's like they literally just took Nina and then gave her a different outfit.
You've called her Nina. It's Nia.
Yeah, I don't care. I didn't play this fucking game. I barely care.
I know, but it's been bothering me.
Okay, I got one letter wrong.
I know, but...
they're all saying it in weird accents. How am I supposed to know how it's supposed to be pronounced?
I was gonna try and do a Nia impression, but it just my throat couldn't even do it. I can't do a Welsh. Is she the only Welsh character in video games? Is there anyone else? I got nothing. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. Both of the protagonists looks cool, I guess. Even if one is Nia again. But that's fine, because Nia's cool.
Yeah.
And guy with a flute. And red jacket, I don't know, he's guy.
He's like a mix between the Shin Megami Tensei 4 protagonist, and Travis Touchdown.
The guy from Trails of Cold Steel, if you ever played that. He's him.
He's a mix of those three characters.
He's an amalgamation. He's JRPG guy. He's like the epitome of JRPG guy.
He's the JRPG guy. He's got a ponytail and everything.
Yeah. Oh man, that guy's gonna somehow end up in Smash still. Even though it's Ultimate's done, he's gonna get added. Like just to go open up the game one day. Unlike Rex. He was too dripless to get in. Dude, imagine your weapon getting in the game and not you. Well, that's probably enough Nintendo for a week.
Silva Gilvesana, who's that?
Oh, they this is intentional. They knew it.
They didn't care.
I know.
But yeah. You know. Anyway, final thoughts on the Direct?
Good Direct. I'm excited for a decent amount of these.
It was pretty decent.
I don't know if these are like ports or remakes. They're ports or remakes I kind of want to play.
Yeah. And one part of me is like, it wasn't as exciting as like last year's, but last year's was like, they announced Splatoon 3. You know, and that's why it was really cool. And this one, they had a new Splatoon 3 trailer. So
and I think they went a long way. This one is just paced really well. Like there wasn't a lull where they explained what, I don't know, a fighting game is for 30 minutes.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Although there might not be a lot here if you don't like JRPGs.
A lot of JRPGs, yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like...
Yeah, you got your Klonoa and your Kirby, though.
Like,
you know.
half of these were like either JRPGs or tactical RPGs. You know?
Yeah, a lot of tactical
or
RPGs.
Like a spin-off to a tactical RPG series.
What's with all the tactical RPGs coming out? We got all of these, and we got like Metal Slug Tactics.
It's bouncing back. Making a recovery.
Did it go anywhere?
I mean, not really. I mean, a slight lull.
Final Fantasy Tactics has been MIA.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it was a pretty good Direct overall.
Yeah, good one.
So, that brings us to the end of the podcast. If you made it to the end, thank you very much for listening all the way. We appreciate it a lot. If you enjoyed it, we would greatly appreciate it if you'd like the video and subscribe to consider watching more of our stuff in the future. It means a lot. The support is greatly appreciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to leave a comment telling us what you felt about the Nintendo Direct and any of the discussions we had. We'd love to know what you think as well, and continue the discussion even further on in the comments.
Yeah, let us know if you have an insane opinion on Xenoblade 3.
Yes, I want to know your thoughts on Xenoblade 3, because every person I've seen talk about it has like a different take, and everyone has been insane. But thank you so much for watching.
Good night.